Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, guys. Sergeant Moose here, back with another The Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. And in today's video, guys, we have some news regarding the upcoming patch. Of course, we know about the Grapple Rework. If you guys are familiar with the last Muerto times, that was one of the main things on the list and one of the things we were interested in seeing. How the rework is going to play out, guys. It is here. It has been laid out for us on how the rework is going to work. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So, again, guys, we know there's a big issue in the game going on with grappling right now that it has been fixed to where family is no longer, just automatically winning grapples anymore. We're back to, the phrase that's been coined, grapple mania at this point. Basically, victims can just do whatever they want. Grapple the family as many times as they want, get away with it. Now they know Suffocating Grip is back to level 2 on the Grandpa perk. So they can get away with it, pretty much anytime they want. They choose fight you and just basically take advantage of you in any way possible. But this looks like it might be a baby step in the right direction, guys. Things might be changed here. So let's talk about it a little bit. We have reworked grapples in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Read what has changed. Players have seen changes to our close encounter system already. Of course, we know, guys, early in the game, for those of you that were here from the beginning of the game, before when you would close encounter a family member, if you got hit one time, no matter which family member it was from, it didn't matter if it was Sissy, if it was Hitchhiker, it did not matter. If you had full health, you got hit one time at a grapple, you were immediately dead. Now, the developers obviously thought that this was a little overpowered on the family side, and, victims at full health in a close encounter shouldn't die immediately, and I totally agree with that too. So that was changed. It was changed to, chip damage to where, victims would be able to take hits while in the grapple from family members. Still dangerous, but you still have a way better shot at surviving coming out of that close encounter, which was a really good change. So, ever since then, guys, it's kind of been taken advantage of a little bit, being that victims know that they can't die immediately in a grapple, especially, if they have no cell or, they have a high toughness character. They're going to go and they're going to grapple family as much as possible. So it has been taken advantage of, and now things are kind of being changed a little bit. So we're going to talk about the Grapple Rework and how it affects the family and the victims, guys. So for the family, we're going to see some changes here. Everybody's going to have their own individual grappling stats. So for instance, obviously we know Leatherface cannot be grappled. That's not going to be changed at all, which makes perfect sense. You can, still stab Leatherface in the back and stuff like that, obviously, but obviously no grapple. Doesn't matter here. So we'll move on to Hands, guys. Hands is obviously going to have the highest grapple value in the game, the grapple strength in the game. This makes perfect sense because he's, one of the biggest characters in the game. So if you're going up against Hands as a victim, you're going to have to be very, very careful because he might be able to win that close encounter. Next we have coming in, guys, is Johnny, followed by the Cook, followed by Nancy, then Hitchhiker, then Sissy. And, these are obviously with Johnny, too. We expected him to be high up on that board, too. So, looking here at the family members, you're going to want to pay close attention to which ones you're grappling. You're mainly going to want to stay away from Hands and Johnny. And then, even after that, Cook and Nancy are going to be a little bit, you're going to have to be careful with those guys. Now, coming over to Victim, which is the main part of this, if we look here at Leland and Sonny, I think it's obviously Leland was going to be the highest value with the grappler, so he's going to be the one that if you need to grapple, which is how he's supposed to be played anyway, he's going to be the one that you're going to want to go attack family members with and grapple them, but even still, you're going to want to be careful with the likes of Hands and Johnny. Next we have coming in at Sonny. Then we have Anna and Maria. So these four here, if you're going into a game and you want to cause a distraction for your other victims, these four are the ones you're going to want to go and grapple family members with. The ones you're going to want to be careful with are Connie, Jolie, Danny, and Virginia. Obviously, guys, all four of these characters, well, aside kind of from Jolie, but Jolie has, a lot of versatility. All four of these characters are kind of glass cannons within the game. They are meant to be the ones getting objectives done. So, naturally, their grapple value, their grapple strength is not going to be as high. You're going to want to use your grunts that you guys have, like the Leland, Anna, and Maria. And Sonny, you're going to want to be using those guys to now grapple. So now, guys, that we've taken a look at all of the values in the graph here with the victims and family, it is important to know that victims, you can still alter their grapple efficiency. So you can still up their strength, obviously, to make their grapples even better. So some of the lower characters like the Connie, Julie, Danny, and Virginia, you can up their strength as well. Of course, you're going to be lacking in other, important attributes, but you can still alter these. On family, you cannot. This is set family values for grapple. So if you want to make a tough Connie or a tough Julie, I mean, you can do that, but you're going to be wasting spots in other, slots. And what I mean by tough is not toughness, but I'm saying like, a grapple friendly Connie or Julie or Danny. Which, one of these things I kind of didn't agree with, though, was Julie. I thought she was a little low. I didn't think she needed to be like as high as like Sunny or Leland, but I thought maybe she could have been up there kind of with Maria and Anna a little bit, because I think, again, with her versatility, Julie's, I don't think she's in the same category as Connie down there in terms of strength, but that's just my personal opinion. But again, you can alter these with your attribute stats, guys, which you're going to have to be careful because you're going to be lacking in other areas. But personally, guys, I think this is a step in the right direction. Also, macros are going to be limited too. We know that gets used a lot in this game. So the button taps per second will still be within the realm of human possibility, they say. So even if somebody is running a macros and they're using a Connie, and trying to fight hands, there's still a good chance that they will lose that fight. But I think it's going to take some, testing out in the wild, out in the community to see how this thing really works, guys. I hope it really does work. But yeah, I mean, with that said, guys, the Grapple Rework is a small step in the right direction for this game. Sadly, the game is currently broken and shambles on Xbox right now, which is, I think, the first thing that needs to get worked out. But we do have the patch coming on October 22nd, so hopefully that fixes that patch for you guys out there on Xbox. Like I said, I think that's the first things first, but Grapple Rework here, this is a step in the right direction. Hopefully it kills off Grapple Mania, because there's a lot of victims out here that think, they can do whatever they want and just bully family members with grappling. So hopefully, if you see a Connie and she goes up against the hands and, both of them have decent competence with tapping their buttons, hopefully you're seeing Connies dying to hands like 90% of the time. That's just how it should be, right? Or if you have a Leland fighting a Sissy, Leland should be winning that fight 90% of the time. It's just how it should be. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts down below on this, guys. I hope we find some more stuff out within the next week regarding this upcoming patch, October patch, and hopefully we get some content from the Content Pass too, or maybe something outside of the Content Pass for Halloween in this patch. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts down below. That is the video, guys. Grapple Rework on its way, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sergeant Moose. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one.